All right, so program design. We are in week 3 of the new year, 2025. We're gonna work with 25 on, 10 off. There'll be 3 different circuits, so 3 times around. Okay, so it moves pretty fast. Most movements you're gonna see are gonna be on your feet, so you can transition quickly. So there won't be any floor exercises. Um, and obviously, you can't fit the third station in there. Avoid that. You can either go higher with the time frame to up to 30 seconds, 10 to 12 off, especially for people that might have larger groups right now. So we have your underhand grip row over here. Underhand grip, bent over row. So you're gonna get more forearm work on this one with that supinated grip. This making sure they squeeze your shoulder blades together on this one as you keep the shoulder neutral spine. So you have a neutral spine, squeeze shoulder blades together as they come up. Chainsaw motion still. I always say bring in like your dumbbell up towards your hip line. To really get the activation in your lats. Then again, just add a different variation to that row and giving more of a grip strength, working on grip strength as well with the underhand grip. And then you're gonna go over to the power band. So you have the power band hinged to a row. So hinging over, so you're working on the hinge here. As you come up, you're gonna get a row up. So hip hinge or raise, so it's a bend, not a squat. Make sure you're bending. Neutral spine on this one, drive your butt back. All right, the butt back, twerk it out, right? So you get their heads that they're hinging and not squatting down for that movement. Then we're gonna go with a front loaded carry. So you can play a front loaded carry with an alternate overhead press. So you're gonna alternate within 25 seconds, so it takes away from having to switch halfway through on a movement. So if you have any songs that are catwalk style, like, I'm too sexy for my shirt, whatever it might be, you can have some fun with that. Such as a walk, always coach it up as a walk and plank. So when you're doing any type of carry, whether it's overhead carry, front loaded carry, farmer carries, tuck that belly button to the spine, keep the core engaged. All right, like if you're doing a plank on the floor, you want to feel that same mind muscle connection to the core while you're walking. To work on that posture. Um, Issues with the shoulders, don't go overhead, drop it down with the curl, walk it out, drop it down with the curl. And then we're gonna go to our agility ladders in out squat. So this one you can challenge pace and speed. Make sure when they're squatting their weight into the heel, not the toes. And then and even coming down, don't even coming down into a soft landing, right? So even if you're hopping, don't try to hop hard. Like make sure you're landing on clouds and on concrete. So quick feet as you make your way through the ladder. Your twists and pivots, so this is the TD move, So from here, stay tight, dynamic core. On the core working, the further the ball is from the body, the more intense it's going to be. Closer it is, makes it a little easier. If you want to add the little knee drop, add the knee drop. So this one is a focus one as well. So making sure when they're getting that twist, they're not twisting too far beyond like their center of gravity. So you want to make sure ending at the eye level. You should be in line, not going too far, adding any extra torque on the lower back. So again, making sure that they rotate, they actually follow the ball with their eyes. So they don't just be throwing the ball to side and have your face straight because you're gonna feel that torque on the lower back. And make sure you're following the ball with your eyes. That's gonna be round one. Round two, you have a dumbbell low pulse squat. So staying low time under tension. And you go heavy with the weight. Since you're working larger muscle groups, quad, hamstrings, glutes are getting worked on this one. You can elevate the heels on here. Obviously, if they start to feel the burn, if it burns too much, they can always reset, go right back down into that pulse squat. 25 seconds is not a long period of time, so they should be able to last 25 seconds with that. They can hold it by the bar or by the head. So if their range of motion is a little bit limited, hold it by the head of the dumbbell. If they want to get deeper in the range of motion, hold it by the bar. So you have your low to high crossover, so working the pecs on this. I sometimes give them aiming points to make sure they're coming up with their knuckles coming up. They don't necessarily have to cross their hands as they come up. They can come up and get that squeeze, but they want to make sure that it's still a pulling motion. They're not using their biceps. You want to make sure they're coming up, focus all pecs. You're going to get more upper pec focus as you come up with that movement. So give them an aiming point to come up high with it, knuckles up. Again, work the pecs. A lot of the time, fellas, I might even like give them a little tap here to show like where they should feel that squeeze at, get their blood flowing there. Single leg, good morning. Lighter weight on this. You want to hold it by the handles, and when you're doing the handles, like even act like you're trying to pull the handles apart. When you try to pull the handles apart, you're gonna actually retract the shoulders better. right? And you have a better form as you go down into the hinge. Your shoulders gonna be back, your chest will be big. So when you're doing the good morning or any type of like hinge up at the top, so make sure you try to pull that kettlebell apart as you go into it. You're gonna naturally have the retraction in the shoulders, so you're not gonna round your back. And you still want to maintain, try to keep your hips square, right? A lot of times people like going on a single leg, you might see them tilt to the down leg. They still want to keep the hips in line so you're not causing any imbalances or any shifting of the pelvis. So making sure they stay in line with that one. Balance is issue. They're over there wobbling. Okay, it's only 25 seconds. So they can just go to a B stance and make sure you alternate sides, alternate legs throughout that 25, so you don't have to switch them halfway through the last set. They can just alternate their legs. And that's going to be 4, your kettlebell station. Then you have your hopscotch, 2 in, 2 out, soft knee, move the hands, challenge pace. You can use a super band on this one too to put around the member's waist to add a little bit of resistance to this one. And they want to progress, they can go to the single leg, take them back to grade school. Then you have a bear crawl where they push, or keep your butt down low with a bear crawl. And as they push the ball in front, and they can pull it back and they come backwards with that bear crawl. Again, you can challenge pace on that one and even power, trying to get that ball as far as you can to get some more core engagement as you work with that push. And then going into our last circuit of the 25-10, you have your power cleans. Power cleans come from the floor up. So bring your hands at the back of the dumbbell. So you want the back of the dumbbell, hands the back of the dumbbell, and the front of the dumbbell should be touching the floor. So it should be at an angle. And the back of the dumbbell should be off the floor. Front should be on the floor. From the floor up, getting the dumbbells up to your shoulder. So it's a more power movement. It's not just a hand clean, where a hand clean, you're holding it off to your side, bringing it up. Now, if that is too much to get down there, this is also one that you can challenge yourself going heavy with the dumbbells. But if it is too much, just modify it or give them the option of doing a hand clean for this one. And then we're going to go into our jump squat where they roll. You can play crisscross and make you jump. This is a good one to have some fun with it because it's a hop. And as you're at the top of that movement, get the roll. So as you're hop, they squat down, arms extended as they power up. They want to roll at the top of the movement as if you're elbowing somebody. Get off me, drive the elbows behind you. And if you're not doing that, obviously you can just do a calf raise and get there at the top. So there's different jump songs out there you can play that can have some fun with. This was some engagement. Gold trotters, you do gold trotters for your next one. You get the reverse crossover, you get the reverse lunge to the pass. So passing front to back, so making sure you go to the front of the legs, not the back of the legs, get that rhythm down. Getting alternate sides as you come up, getting that push at the top with that chest press. Drop the knee, play with your range of motion on this, head and chest up, act as if your favorite beverage on your head that you don't want to spill that. So you don't want to lean into it either. Putting pressure in the back, head and chest up, torso tall, weight in the heel. Play with that range of motion. If you got to slow it down, just so you're mastering that form. Then you have your ladder scissors. So front to back, elbows bent, fingers open. Again, this is going to be a good one if you can put a band around their waistline to add some resistance and challenge some speed on that. If you're not doing the scissors, 2 in, 2 out. Then you're going to go to a rotation, bent over, push away. So you're going to rotate. So you want to move at your hips, okay? Try to keep your legs square still, not dropping your knee. Get some mobility of that transverse region of your abdomen. And then as you come back center, push it down to the ground or the other side. So make sure you alternate sides on that rotation. If the rotation is too aggressive, on the low back, just stick with that bent over push away. And they always reset the top if saying bent over becomes too much, pushing that force down to the floor. Push it real good. If you need a 6 station, you got your uppercuts there, so that's a good one. You can add some dumbbells and play some Rocky, have some fun with that. Tuck jumps, and you got your 2 jacks and a burpee. So 2 jacks, you drop down to a burpee if a 6 station is needed. And then for our finisher, we're gonna go to your core and cardio part 2. It'll be 20 to 25 on. You can determine what time frame you want to work with based on the time left in your class. If you get through them pretty fast, go 25. If you still if it becoming too clutch with the clutch time, go to 20. So all odd will be core, all even will be some type of cardio. So either leg raise, predator jacks, dolphin planks. With dolphin planks, always like tuck your shirts in. You might want to see your back tack too. So it's always a good one to just advise people to tuck their shirts in so their back's not always exposed. On that, Heisman jackknives. scissor jack, bear crawl, shoulder taps, and 180 jump squats. So usually do show and go with this, so you don't have to demonstrate all 8. So within that transition period, have a coach get on the ground and show what's coming up next. So you're not taking up too much time trying to demonstrate all 8 from the front of the finisher. So if you find that there is one that's going to be more complicated, which really these ones are pretty all basic, you can do like, hey, I'm going to show you exercise 1 and say, I'm going to show you exercise number 7. So when we get there, you kind of already know what we're going to do. We show your leg raise, and then you can show them the bear crawl or the shoulder taps, since that one might take a little more time than 10 seconds to show it. You can show those 2, and then everything else can be show and go. That you have for your 25 on, 10 off, week 3, Monday, Wednesday workout.